Right, well there you are. That's the word live from the Union Buildings in Pretoria from Ace Magashule, the General Secretary of the ruling African National Congress, which is the majority party in South Africa. We're going for some more economic analysis now to Dr Adrian Saville, the Chief Executive of Cannon Asset Managers. Again, we'll be having a look at the rand as well. I'm talking to you as well now to see what the international reaction is. The feeling so far is that it's not a bad cabinet. Do you think it could have been better?
It's not a ringing endorsement, but I think looking to currency as a guide in the run-up to the announcement and through the announcement, and now once we've had a chance to digest some of the news and conduct some knee-jerk analysis, I think the immediate reaction is it's a modestly positive. It's not ringingly positive or glowingly positive, but it is certainly in the right direction. I tweeted just before this interview that I think South Africa is a better country at 9 o'clock this evening than it was at 8 o'clock this evening.
That's a strange, well, quite a ringing endorsement in some ways. Yeah, absolutely. It's been a very difficult job for Cyril Ramaphosa. He's had to balance. Obviously, our journalists were telling us on the ground that there's still factions within the party ever since Nasrec back in 2017. Do you think that he's got enough on his side and enough momentum to get this economic growth that the entire country craves?
I think we're now in a landscape in which we are out of talking and furniture rearranging. We now have a government, a president who has been elected through a general election. He has appointed a cabinet that is of his work under his administration, and we have to accept that that's been done under very difficult circumstances. I think we're all intimate with the challenges and complexities of running a party like the ANC. And so the appointments are made against that backdrop. He has taken us into the election and post the election and into the announcement of this cabinet continued to assure us that this will be an administration of action and not talk, and that we can anticipate a better economic circumstance, that people will be held to account not only for the wrongdoings that have been conducted, but that they will be held to account for what is expected of them. And that was made in this evening's announcement, that people will be given clear mandates and held responsible for those performances. That's the undertaking that he has made to us as president of the country, and we are now into the business, I think, of watching and waiting for the results of that. If this is effective, you should start to get confidence in the narrative translating into economic confidence without too much delay. South Africa is a country rich with opportunity. The institutions are capable and ready. The land, I think, has been laid. And if this is not talk but rather action, we should start to see this in the economic numbers in the very near future. And I would say, within quarters, not years.
And one of the things that interested me as Cyril Ramaphosa was talking, he said at the beginning that each minister was going to get a performance assessment, and if they weren't performing, they were going to be out. Surely then we should see 1, 2, 3 ministers going maybe by the end of next year. How likely do you think that is?
Well, I think that's exactly the requirement of the accountability, that if this is an administration of action and purpose and delivery, then these are just words. If it doesn't translate into the removal of ministers who aren't performing, the appointment of appropriate, capable, effective people, as has been suggested a number of times in the run-up to this cabinet announcement, that we will get good people who are capable of delivery into these positions, that the concentration or reduction in the number of ministries is one that will ensure higher visibility, greater effectiveness, greater accountability. So it all points in the right direction. It's now up to time and that strategy to deliver a result. And if the results aren't there, and if the president doesn't hold good on his word, then that's a reassessment. But it's a very negative tone. And so far, if you take where we are today versus, well, Valentine's night last year, I think this country has come an exceptionally long way in a short time under a very capable leader.
A hopeful message there, and possibly the quote of the night. South Africa is better at 9 p.m. than it was at 8 p.m. That's what we take away from this interview from Dr. Adrian Saville, the Chief Executive of Cannon Asset Managers.